Hello everyone, it's Neki, your girl from Milk and Honey Studios, and today we did two styles of gele, just using one style of tying the 60-40 rule. We tied the butterfly and the pleated gele. Why there's a lot of demonstration and voice in the video, because it's our summer training, so it's actually an official class for our summer students, and we taught them today how to white tying the pleated gele, how to create other styles like the butterfly and then the flip over at the front. So as I said, creating your pleat, use your thumb and your index finger, and then some other persons would like to create on their tiles and then flip over the head and then finish the gele. So as you can see, we're doing our pleating from the side of the gele, which is the style we use for making the infinity pleat, or you can just roll over and then tie, come to the front and finish your pleat. So that's what we're doing right now. Then when we're done, we so we're taking the pleat from the sides all the way to the back, and then when you roll the crown, the one you're going to use as the crown over the long one. So as I said, we're using the 60-40 rule, which means the short one is a 40 and then the longer one is going to be your 60, although your measurement depends on the full length of the gele, as all gele does not come with the same length size, so it depends on what you're working with. So you roll the 60 over the 40 to equate at the back, which means when the 60 go around the head, you have an extra 40 left, and then you tie from the back. Make sure you tie twice, so while you're styling the front, it doesn't flip open and get loose. And then while tying, make sure you ask your client to know if it is, so it's not too tight, it doesn't bother them during the occasion that they're going for. So now what I'm going to do after I knotted it is to try to create the butterfly before we now officially did the pleated gele on it. So I told my student that this wouldn't be too high. It's not going to be a very high pleated gele, because the measurement, the width of this one is just three pieces, and then the length too is not so high for us to like roll over. So it's just going to be a moderate pleated gele. So we are forming the butterfly now. You just open it up. Most people who like this style, they don't really like much pleat, so they just really want it very loud and really bogus. They want to be noticed. This is actually one of the oldest styles for you can tie it. It always stands out, really. People keep creating a lot of things, but somehow there's always someone who wants this. You can see how high it is, and then you can also use, instead of using the back and forth, the front and the back of the gele, you know, some people like their hair concealed and covered at the back, so you use just the front, that's the crown flip over. You just drag it out from the other end to help it extend, to equate it with the other side, so the two sides of the gele are equal. And then you open it up, and that is still like a butterfly. It's still a style. It's just that there's no, the other one coming across, it won't be there. So now what we're going to do is that we still take back the one behind that we're going to use to style the back of the hair, and then we focus with the front to make our pleats. So as I said, you keep using your thumb, and the index finger is just the finger after the thumb. So we use it while that one is pushing the fabrics forward for you, the thumb is holding it down in place. And you make sure that, especially the base pleats, that are very tight and firm, they have to be very tight and firm, so that the gele will be able to stand when clients are dancing and moving and hugging people. It doesn't fall off, or the pleat doesn't get loose and it's looking all disorganized. So you just stay on it, patiently make it really nice and clean. That's what I'm trying to do. So I like to focus from the middle and finish it to the tip of the gele. That way I'm able to know, okay, this is how high my gele is going to be, and then it's easier to finish the other two edges, the sides, the both ends, because you just take the pleat from the middle all through to the end on each side, and then you're done. It doesn't take too much time. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. As you can see, I just left the other two sides and I just focused on the middle, trying to make sure that actually I have my pleats from the middle completed. You can see how beautiful it is from the middle because we're done. So what I'm doing now, I'm just going to take all the pleats I've created from the middle all the way to the end on both sides, and then you try to make it as neat as possible and make sure that the size is the same. So yeah, from this side too, we are almost done. And then some fabrics, while you're creating your pleats on them, they'll be opening up when you're making the other ones. So the best thing you do is you just use a pin to like tag them in group behind the gele, and then making sure you're concealing the pin too so it doesn't show, and then the gele is looking all over pinned, you know. But I think I used just a pin for the whole style I demonstrated here. So that was just to hold the excess of the edge from behind. So we're fixing the other side just like we did the other one. Remember, I finished the pleats from the middle, then I'm just extending all of the pleats I created to both ends of the gele. This is actually our first video, and I just hope we get better. It's not so close up front. Sorry, do that next time. Make sure the camera is right on the scarf. I talk a lot, so yeah, just put it on the scarf and then do the voice over. We're almost done. I'm talking again, sorry. So I'm just trying to perfect my gele from behind. I'm creating pleats, then I'm taking all of the fabrics in. I'm making sure that both ends of the gele are equal. Some people call it the ear. I don't know what to call it. It's just the ends for me. It's actually the ear because it's close to the ear. Maybe they're right. So sometimes when you're done with your pleated gele, you find out that for it to actually be equal, there's an excess behind. So you can use a pin to hold it. You use your hand to form that end, the one that looks like a fan coming out from the inside. Use your hand, you twist it in, and then you pin through, and you make sure that your pin comes out, like when it goes into the gele, it comes out as a button. If not, it's going to just come, if you just punch in the pin straight up, it's going to still pull out. So what I'm doing now, after I've pinned, I formed my end and an end, then I stick the excess in between the knot I created at the back. Our pleated gele is almost ready. Bridal pleated gele. So I told them in class, like, if you're opportune to know your bride a long time before she buys her fabrics for the scarf, and you intend to tie a very high, flamboyant, extravagant, loud scarf, I advise you tell her to make it longer so you'll be more creative with it, and wider. So instead of doing the usual three piece size, you could do like four is moderate, because when it's 5 it might actually be too much for you to handle from behind. But of course you can if that's what you want. But the length is most times is actually good if it's long, because you can go over and over the fabrics to the end, and before then it's really high. So from the back, you make sure that all the tiny edges that are popping out and they are looking rough, just fix them into each other. Make sure they're very neat, and then you pin and make your pins like buttons so they don't stick out, and then the gele gets loose. Most times, if you actually put your pin right into your gele, it could stay there and get rust and just never come out until intentionally someone pulls them out of the fabric. So while we are actually like creating like a donut around the hair, already she's carrying like a ponytail packing gel behind, so we're going to just use the hair to arrange the gele behind. You help your clients to style their hair depending on what suits the style they're carrying the most. So if I'd rolled over the gele to conceal the hair, to cover the hair, this style, it's just going to look all bulky and endlessly long at the back. So that's why we opened it up and just don't use it like a donut around the hair, and then folded the hair around it to arrange it in equating size. I hope it looks nice. I don't want to say it looks nice, but I just hope it really looks nice. Yeah. Okay, so this is our gele. It's ready. This is our second style. Remember the first style with the butterfly that we showed you like 2 different ways you can achieve that. Then we gradually came down to this, which is our intended style from beginning. This is I think it's nice. You should tell me it's nice. It's not fair. Really, yeah. This is our pleated bridal gele. This is our first video. I hope to get better. So this is our model all ready for the occasion. Gele popping. Thank you. Please press the red button, subscribe. Thank you so much.